Okay. So my wife is freaking awesome, and I've been using the CSL Elite belt drive wheel for 3 years now, 3 years now, and she has bought me the Alpha Mini. So I'm going to be upgrading from the belt drive to direct drive, but I also think it's pretty interesting that I'm in a unique situation where I have a Logitech belt drive, Fanatec, and the Alpha Mini direct drive, as well as a triple screen setup and a VR setup. So I kind of want to do a comparison on all of them, at least just see the difference between the Logitech versus the Fanatec on a triple screen, and to see what it's like to do the belt drive to the direct drive on this one. The unfortunate thing is that the SimMagic Alpha Mini comes with a quick release adapter, and I didn't really feel like spending an extra $50 on a quick release. I'm still waiting on my 3D printer to finish printing that adapter. But once that gets done, I'll start off with VR and belt drive, and then move to the Alpha Mini, and then do the Logitech, and then move to the belt drive on the triple screen setup. Let's go. Good enough. Alright, so VR setup is Quest 2. I've got the CSL pedals. Seat shaker, headphones. And just give my general thoughts on this one. Yeah, I haven't really felt the need to like upgrade. Just because I feel like the feedback's always been pretty decent. And I also feel like most of your drifting should be done through the pedals and not so much through the steering wheel. So, as long as it spins fine, you know, I don't really feel like you need more than that. Got force feedback down to about 40%. I have had to RMA this unit before. Fanatec service is pretty decent, but it does take a long time. So, I don't know, I've always felt like belt drive worked really well, spins quick. I don't really feel much of the belt. Maybe a little bit of notchiness, but not really all that much. You know, so I kind of figured we didn't really need the direct drive. That's where I hit last time. But I don't know. We'll see what the difference is. Alright, that's good. Alright, that's good.
What?
Spoople!
What?
I don't know. Alright, let's see. This is the triple screen setup with the Logitech with a slightly upgraded motor. Actually a very upgraded motor, so we'll just do a basic here. You can hear the gears inside the wheel pretty harshly. You can feel it pretty well. The wheel is slow to rotate despite the fact it's upgraded motors. You just kind of hear it and feel it. It's not really my favorite. Oh yeah. And I'm not so good at the triple screen, so I'm not hitting any good lines. What do you think, Kenji? How am I doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not as good with the VR, but I wonder if the wheel will make a difference where I can be pretty good, even triple screen. Although my wife, who is likely watching this at this point, really wants me to go down to a single screen for Kenji's setup. This is my son's 6-year-old's setup, so it's not made for someone of my stature. Also, Kenji got Mario Galaxy for Christmas. I don't know if you can hear it.
No, I got a 1-up.
Oh, you got a 1-up?
Yeah.
How many lives do you have now?
1.
I guess I'm doing okay. Oh, no, as I go off into the grass. Anyway. Alright, first, my dishwasher's going, so I'm really sorry about that. But I've managed to get the Alpha Mini after drilling some holes into my Amazon special base, which I had to raise it up a bunch, which makes it do this thing, so I'm gonna have to figure something out with that, which, I mean, I'll deal with that later, you know? Just kind of is what it is. So I have been playing around with it for a little bit, and I have thoughts. I found some basic online setup, and really, it doesn't really seem to make a huge difference as far as I can tell. I have it set to about 60% force feedback currently, which is a pretty good bump up from what it was previously. But I don't necessarily, I don't necessarily feel the noshiness. Like, I didn't actually notice the noshiness in the CSL Elite, but switching to the bday is definitely much smoother. I actually feel like the wheel is spinning slower, but it just kind of, it's just that smooth. Now, I think the big difference between the Logitech and the CSL Elite is that the belt drive is just fast enough to keep up with the pace, where the Logitech, even with my motor upgrades, just kind of left something to be desired. With the direct drive, I definitely feel a lot more of the subtle nuances in the road and how things are moving. But for someone who, like, if you get a better deal on a belt drive, I think it's, if you're on a budget, the belt drive will do you just fine. It's not like you need the bday. For someone like me who, like, really sim drifts, like, several times a week for several hours, this makes such a huge difference for me. And is it going to make me a better driver? No. But is it going to make me happier and drive better? Yes. Like, did I need the upgrade from the CSLG? No, not at all. But this is definitely a much better experience. Like, the fidelity is so much better for me overall. I've obviously just hopped into this, and the settings work pretty much out of the box. I'm pretty happy with how it works. So I haven't really had to mess with it too much, which is a good thing. You know, I shouldn't have to struggle with settings to make things feel right. The Fanatec, definitely the belt drive, had to do a lot of work with to get it to feel anywhere near what I wanted it to feel like. But this is definitely feels good. I'm gonna have to mess with obviously the rig to get it to get the up and down feeling better. But so the next step is to take the CSL Elite and hook it into my son's triple screen setup and to see how that works. That's going to be, I have an Arduino, so I can still use the pedals and the shifter from the Logitech unit, but I'll plug in the Fanatec stuff. Too busy talking. So that might take a little bit of time, so let's see how that works out. I will say that the Simagic base is, like, physically much smaller. Don't worry about my dangling pedal box. But it does mount a lot easier. It's just 2 cables on the side, which I guess that's alright. There's no issues with it coming out. But definitely with this Amazon special base, I'm gonna have to figure out some way to keep it up. Okay, we've gone down to a single screen. Fanatec's hooked up, and I actually have, if you can't see down there, there's the Logitech without the wheel for right now. Probably do another video on how to set up that Arduino, but in the meantime, here is the basic setup, and I've played around a little bit with it, and again, this is for my kids, so, you know, my knees are in my lap and whatnot. It doesn't make me an amazing driver just to go between the Logitech and the Fanatec, but it is a significant amount easier. Granted, I am in third-person view, because without the triple screen, I don't have that field of view, and I just could never get used to neck effects. Of course, I'm messing up here, but I mean, I'm pretty confident that if I tried on this pretty hard, I could really get used to it. But force feedback isn't bad. Installing the Fanatec software wasn't bad. Mounting it wasn't bad. It's definitely a night and day difference from the Logitech. I would definitely say this is worth the upgrade from the Logitech, not necessarily the Fanatec to the direct drive, although the direct drive does give you a lot, but it's definitely worth the money to skip past the Logitech and go straight to at least a belt drive. Too much sauce. I know what the problem is, it's because I have the top on. So I think I'm going to try to clean up some of the rigs and keep messing with how to get these things perfected out. But if you like the video, like it. If you're just seeing me for the first time, I think I'm going to do probably some more sim drifting stuff, maybe some more RC drifting. So I appreciate every view, every like, every comment, and hopefully I'm going to try to upload a little bit more in the future. Thanks everybody. See you next time. Bye.